Hi, good evening. Today we meet again, and today we are going to study about grammar. So, what grammar are we going to study today? We are going to study about passive voice. Okay, what is passive voice? Have you ever studied about passive voice? You see, now, why do we use passive voice? Yeah, what is passive voice? Okay, passive sentences. Of course, there is passive and active sentences. Okay, now, how do you know that the sentence is active or that the sentence is passive? How do you know? Have you ever studied that? Okay, now listen carefully and see this carefully. Now, active. If you are asked whether the sentence, for example, like this sentence, yeah, the sentence say, she bought a book, okay? She bought a book. This sentence is active or passive now. So how do you see that? Remember, you must see the subject. If the subject is the doer of the action, doer of the action, the one that does the bought, okay? The one that did the bought. Who bought? She. So she did the bought, the buying, right? So this is what we call as doer. So she is the doer of the action. Yeah. Then if the subject is the doer of the action, it is an active sentence. Okay? Second, if passive, in passive, the subject is not the doer, but it is the receiver of the action. The receiver of the action. Okay, what do you mean by that? Let us see the sentence. For example, I say, you see, a book is bought by her. A book is bought by her. Now, you see the subject here is what? A book, right? Now, is a book a doer? Yeah. Is this book, did this book do the buying? No, right? Yeah, but the book is bought. The book was bought. You see, so that is what you call this is the receiver of the action. You see, so that's why if you see that the subject is not the doer, then you say that sentence is in a passive voice. Okay, now why do you use passive? Of course, when you use passive, if the doer is not important, or maybe the doer of the action you don't know. Okay, so that's the thing. Now let us see, the rules to make passive voice. So how to make passive voice easily? I see that many students finds it very difficult to make a passive sentence, to change an active sentence to a passive sentence. You see, but actually it is not as complicated as you think. Okay, you just remember the rules. What rules? You see here. The first rule, the object. Now we see first the sentence, the example of the sentence, okay? The example here, you see active, yeah? She bought a book just now, okay? And then the passive is a book was bought by her, okay? Now, the first thing that you have to remember is that the object, okay? The object of an active sentence, yeah, is made to become a subject. So when you want to make a passive sentence, of course you must have object in a sentence. Okay, you must have object in a sentence. Yeah. So you see, a book is an object. Then now you make to become a book as the subject in the passive. Is that right? Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, second thing, the subject become object in the passive. She is the subject. And when in the passive, it become object, her. Of course, you have to put in the object form, yeah? Object pronoun become her. You see, by her. Okay, that's the second thing you have to remember. Okay, understand? Any question? Now let us see the third one. Use verb to be in a passive sentence. You always have to use verb to be in a passive sentence. Now, what is verb to be? Verb to be is the verb like is, am, are, was, were, been, being, be. So all the forms of verb to be, we can use them in a passive voice. But of course, we don't use them as we like. We have to see the tense. If the tense is a simple present, then we use is, am, or are. If the tense is past tense, for example, like in the example here, she bought a book. Bought is past tense, right? So if past tense, then we have to use the past tense verb to be, was or were. That's why in here we use a book was. We don't use is, we use was, because the sentence is in a simple past tense. Okay? If the sentence is in a simple present tense, for example, I say she buys. Now, she buys a book. Now, buys is a simple present, right? So when I change to passive, I have to say a book is. So a book is. So you use the verb to be is. Okay? So that's why just now I say you use verb to be, always use verb to be, must have a verb to be in a passive. But the verb to be is seen from the tense also. If the tense is simple present, you use is, am, or are. Simple past, you use was or were. Future tense, that or models, if the sentence has will or can, like that, you always use be, remember. And then if in present continuous, you use being, remember, being. Because present continuous, you just remember that, oh, present continuous need verb ing. So you use being. Okay? And then if for perfect tenses, like I have bought a book. So a book have been. So because why? After have or have, you must use verb 3. So you use been, the verb to be been. So the one that change according to the tense is the verb to be. Understand there? Okay, good. Now let us see the fourth one. The verb in the active is always changed into past participle or verb 3. So the verb bought, always you have to change to verb 3 in the passive. So become a book was bought, buy, bought, right? So bought. Like if bring, you see, bring, brought. So you must use the brought, the third one, the past participle in the passive voice. So remember, passive always use past participle verb. The verb from active is changed to past participle. Okay? Now, the fourth one, use the word by, like this, by her. Yeah, but this is not a must. It's not a must. Sometimes you don't use it, never mind. Yeah, but of course, if you have to see if it seems that who did this in the sentence, yeah, the doer is not important, then you don't have to use. For example, we say English is spoken all over the world. English is spoken all over the world. You don't have to say by people, because we know automatically that the one that speak English is, of course, people. So I think the by phrase is not important. The doer is not important, so you don't have to do it. You don't have to put it. Okay? So that's the thing. Yeah. Now let us see some examples of how to make them, how to have exercises for that. Now, for example, just now you see we speak English. Now, just now you see I gave you example using this, yeah, easy one. Now you see the first sentence, we speak English, is present continuous, right? So I'd say just now you have the first thing, change the object to become subject. Subject become object. And then use verb to be. Now you see the verb, speaks, speak. Speak is simple present. So simple present tense, you use is, am, or are, right? Okay, so you see, English is singular, so you use is. And then the verb always make it to verb 3, become spoken. Speak, spoke, spoken, right? So that's the thing. English is spoken by us. Now by us, you don't put is okay. Yeah. Now the second, I use simple past tense. Spoke. We spoke English. So that's why in the passive I use was. The other just the same, right? The verb all in verb 3 or past participle. Yeah. So only this verb to be that change according to the tense. Okay. And then the third one, you see, we are speaking. So are speaking, present continuous. So that's why we use is being. Is being. Okay. And then the fourth, have spoken. We use perfect tense. So have been. English has been spoken. So you use been. The verb to be that change. Yeah. And then we can speak. Now you use modal, can. So you must use back the can. So English can be spoken. After can, verb 1, so be, yeah. And then we will speak English. So after will also must be verb be, yeah. So English will be spoken. So be, will is almost the same as the modal verb, okay? Yeah. Now let us see the example. Okay, number 1. A man plays the piano. A man plays the piano. So you change, remember, take the piano, object become subject. The piano, yeah, and then you see this, plays is simple present, you use is, right? The piano is, and then verb play become verb 3, played, put ed. The piano is played by the man, right? Yeah. So that's the way. And the other also, you see, she will buy a new house. So where's the object? A new house, right? Now make it into a subject. A new house will. After will, you use be, right? Will be bought. Buy become bought by her. She become object. Okay? I am not doing my homework. So where's the object? My homework, right? So my homework is not, because this negative, of course you have to put negative also, is not being done. Doing become done. Okay? Now the rest of the exercise, please try to do it and give it to me later. So we'll discuss again later, and then I will give some of you, I will give one by one the tense. Okay, so for simple present tense, all the simple present tense first. Okay, and then for the simple past, then I'll give all the simple past first, then you change to passive, so that you can get to it better. Mean not so difficult. After that, then we'll have the mixed tenses to make into the passive. Okay, if the one that can do the mixed one, I will give you directly later the mixed tenses. Okay, I think that's all for today. See you again in the next meeting. Bye-bye.